Something fascinating is unfolding today with Bitcoin. The price is currently struggling to reclaim the 200-day simple moving average, SMA, but this is completely normal. Throughout Bitcoin's history, it has often faced challenges breaking above this key level. However, once a breakout occurs and gets confirmed, the trend tends to favor further upward movement. Additionally, there is major news today regarding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and smaller cap altcoins, so stay tuned. In today's full video, you'll gain an edge in crypto investing. Will Bitcoin dip further toward the next support level in the low $70,000 range, or should we anticipate another move? The big news today is that US Bitcoin ETFs have ended their outflow streak, recording $13.3 million in inflows. This signals that institutions have resumed buying for the first time in a week. While March saw over $1.67 billion exiting US spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, at least the first part of the month, investors have now put a stop to the decline by injecting fresh capital. On March 12th, 13.3 million flowed into Bitcoin as its market price approached 85,000. Unlike other channels that only report headlines, this channel provides deeper insights. It's important to note that March 12th marked the first day of inflows after consecutive days of outflows. Prior to that, we saw a single day of inflows on March 5th and another on February 28th, with every other day experiencing outflows. Just because institutions bought the dip to D doesn't mean a sustained trend has begun. We need more data. In breaking news, Senator Cynthia Lummis's Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill has officially appeared on Congress government website. Anyone can visit congress.gov, search for S954, or look up the bill under Senator Cynthia Lummis to see that it is currently in the introduction phase. This legislation proposes that the U.S. government acquire 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years without using taxpayer funds. If you need a refresher on what this bill means for you, me, and the U.S. government, check out the video titled U.S. Congress Just Released the Bitcoin and Crypto Bulls. The bill still needs to pass the Senate, the House, and receive presidential approval before becoming law. Stay tuned for updates. Some estimate Bitcoin adoption in the US at 5% or perhaps 8%, though likely not yet 10%. Globally, adoption stands at just 3%. This suggests that Bitcoin in 2025 is at the same stage as online banking in 1996, social media in 2005, or the internet in 1990 in terms of adoption growth. If you know someone who thinks it's too late to invest in Bitcoin, share this perspective with them. Looking at institutional adoption, Bloomberg ETF expert James Seifert shared on Natalie Brunell's Coin Stories podcast that major financial firms will soon be recommending Bitcoin ETFs, and we are just at the beginning of this phase.
What do you think people should be paying attention to?
I mean, the next big wave of adoption is kind of what we've already talked about. Corporations possibly buying this. Obviously, nations and states potentially adding this to their balance sheet is another big thing. But for the ETF side of things, it's really those wirehouses, those advisors. They control trillions of dollars of assets. Like, they're the people that manage the money of the really wealthy people, right? So these advisors, these wirehouses, these brokers, they control the money of the centimillionaires, billionaires, you name it. And they are like potentially the next wave of adoption for these Bitcoin ETFs.
Now let's talk about Ethereum. As of yesterday, the SEC has acknowledged filings to allow staking for both Fidelity and Franklin Spot Ethereum ETFs. To me, this is a massive development. If and when this is approved, it will enable Ethereum ETF holders to earn passive income in addition to holding the asset. This would make Ethereum ETFs significantly more attractive to institutional investors who prioritize yield-based investments like stocks and dividends. This is also a key signal because under Gary Gensler and the Biden administration, staking was previously viewed as a potential security. Approving staking in these ETFs suggests regulatory support for public blockchains. Meanwhile, Solana has dropped below 100 with a recent death cross signaling a possible 30% decline. This is significant. And as a member of this community, you should be aware. A death cross occurs when a short-term moving average, typically the 50-day, crosses below a long-term moving average like the 200-day, indicating bearish momentum. Conversely, a golden cross occurs when the 50-day moves above the 200-day, signaling bullish momentum. Last month, Solana's 50-day and 200-day exponential moving averages, EMAs, triggered a death cross on the daily chart, leading to a 177% price drop. Now we're seeing the same pattern with simple moving averages. If you hold Solana, how should you interpret this? Instead of blindly following headlines, let's analyze the data ourselves. Switching from BTC to Solana, we'll examine the moving averages. The 200-day SMA is already displayed. We'll add another moving average, change it to the 50-day SMA, and set the color to yellow. Observing the chart, we see that the 50-day SMA has already crossed below the 200-day SMA, confirming the death cross. However, it's important to understand that such headlines often aim to scare retail investors. Both death crosses and golden crosses are lagging indicators. By the time they appear, the price action has usually already played out. Reviewing past Bitcoin and Solana charts, we see that price typically reacts before the death cross occurs. In late 2024, a death cross preceded a price decline. But by the time it appeared, the price had already dropped. Later that year, a golden cross emerged, but the price had already surged before it happened. If you appreciate this analysis, hit the like button. In the last 24 hours, the SEC has delayed decisions on ETF applications for XRP, Solana, Litecoin, and Dogecoin. Bloomberg ETF analysts James Seyffart and Eric Balchunas stress that this is nothing to worry about. The SEC postponing decisions on multiple altcoin ETFs, including Litecoin, Solana, XRP, and Dogecoin, is standard procedure. Additionally, the SEC chair has not yet been confirmed, so this delay does not impact the high probability of approval. The final deadlines are still ahead. Moving to the DePIN, Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks sector. Big news for Ether. Ocean Protocol has joined the Ether Cloud ecosystem to support AI and DePIN advancements. This means more protocols are integrating with Ether, expanding its ecosystem. Ether is also accelerating AI projects by granting access to its $100 million ecosystem fund, allowing ocean projects to leverage Ether's computing resources. Additionally, Coinbase has just announced its listing of Ether, which is significant given our ongoing discussions about the project. It's great to see Coinbase recognizing Ether's potential. Another major update, Everreach Labs has been selected as one of the top 100 startups in the Paris Blockchain Week competition. This proves that crypto gaming is far from dead. Some projects are still thriving. Chosen from over 100,000 applicants, Everreach Labs has been recognized as a leading Web3 gaming startup, currently developing its flagship game, Revenge. Looking at the data, Revenge is on track to be one of the biggest Web3 gaming launches of the year, with over 500 decent pre-registrations for early access, a top 20 ranking among most wishlisted games on Epic Games, and over 550,000 connected wallets and active users on the Ever terminal. The momentum is clear. Lastly, some quick adoption news for Ripple, XRP. Ripple has secured regulatory approval in Dubai to offer crypto payment services in the UAE. This significantly expands the Ripple Ledger's user base and could mean Ripple's upcoming stablecoin will utilize XRP. The Dubai Financial Services Authority, DFSA, has officially granted Ripple a license, making it the first blockchain-enabled payment provider regulated by the agency. This marks another milestone in Ripple's global expansion. Currently, 20% of Ripple's customer base operates in the Middle East, reflecting its growing presence in the region. The company is fully regulated and compliant, adding this DFSA license to its 60-plus existing regulatory approvals worldwide, including those from Singapore's Monetary Authority, the New York Department of Financial Services, and the Central Bank of Ireland. If you found value in today's video, hit the like button. It helps support the channel and lets me know you appreciate this content. As always, I'll see you in the next one.